I'm Allison, and this is Dream Anyway, a podcast for those of us who feel the pull to create, even when the path isn't clear. So wherever you are in your journey, grab a coffee, get comfy, and dream anyway.
My name is Kent Briley. I grew up here. I moved away, did several things, came back 36 years later, and I've been here since January 20th of this year. And I'm an evolution in progress. I served in the Army for 23 years. I retired to Texas with my family at the time and bought property and had all the things, and all the bills and the requirement to continue generating money that comes with that. And I just came to a point where I realized my entire life was in service of everyone but self. Mm. I got to a point, drinking for the last 30 years until almost 4 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Oh, the clarity.
Yeah. I'm almost 7 years sober. And do you know Philip's 13?
Oh, you two are so friggin' beautiful, man.
Oh, thanks.
Every time I see each of you independently or together.
Oh, thanks. I sure love him.
You two are such an inspiration in so many ways to so many people, and you don't even intend to be. You are just because you are.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, man.
He does give me hope. I was very unlucky in love for 45 years, and then we loved each other equally, which is a miracle.
It's such a beautiful thing to see, man.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, well, anyway, yeah, we're sober, and it is nice.
Military culture, I started drinking before I enlisted even. That was what everybody did in their downtime, and it just carried on. But it became a coping mechanism that got me through the next day more often than, had it not been in my life, I probably wouldn't have made it to the next day.
Yeah.
And that's a precarious place to be. I existed in that place where it was a real consideration for better than half a decade before it became so painful. I didn't have a choice. I had to get off the spot. It's like you can hold your hand on a hot burner so long, you got to take that thing off or you're just going to lose it entirely. And those are my choices. Become a statistic, 22 a day veterans commit suicide, or fix it. People call it a midlife crisis. I call it an utter realization that I had lost entirely all sense of self. Nothing that I was doing was for me. And it was never enough. Because we never live up to the expectations that we build in our own head about this notional yardstick of success that everybody's injected into us over the course of our life and what that looks like. Your own success it's defined by you, man, and you can accept and reject anybody's notion of what that looks like.
Yeah.
And I think it was only when I began to realize that in myself that I started venturing out and learning who I was. I'm so blessed. It cost me everything several times over. And I'm so blessed and happy for having those losses because they were all catalysts to get me here today.
You have an adult son. Do you have more than one son?
I have two boys. They're 27, 28. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And then you have a grandson?
I do have a grandson. Yeah. Just turned a year old.
Were they part of your losses for a while?
My sons were they a loss? Yeah, in a very real way. Being military, I was deploying often, or training or going to the field, long hours at work. And when I was home, I wasn't even emotionally present because I already at that age was mired in my own shit. I wasn't even there for myself. So
right.
I gained full custody of them when they were 1.5 and 2.5 years old and did my best to raise them with help from amazing, incredible women that for a period of time I was privileged enough to have in my life. Whether my boys realized it at the time or even yet, there will come a day they absolutely value what each of those women contributed to their lives. I recently read something that spoke to me so clearly. Boundaries are what enables me to love you and me simultaneously.
Explain that.
We all know people that are bad for us. If they stay around us, you start noticing all the negative things that they have to surface. It starts wearing on you. It affects your energy. It causes all these negative things in relation to what we think and feel for each other. Mm-hmm. I don't necessarily think we fall out of love with anybody. I think once that connection's there, it's that string theory shit. I mean, that quantum universe, God, whatever you want to call it, it's real. And it's all the same thing that we're talking about. I think we fall out of mutual admiration and respect. And then the tie weakens. I don't think it's ever really severed unless there's significant trauma around that.
What do you mean, though, that the boundary allows me to love you and somebody else?
Because if I know you being in my space for long periods of time is going to negatively affect me, the way I look at you, the way I feel about you, then if I just,
right.
Small dose. We all have small dose friends.
Yeah,
They're fun as shit for the hour that you can tolerate them.
That's really
true. But if you spend more than an hour, you're mired, you're stuck, you're all the things that you've already evolved beyond. They can still be friends. You can still love them, but it's got to be at the right boundary that enables you to love them and respect and love yourself and that little dude or dudette in front of you.
Yeah.
That we're all trying to recover and heal and nurture and grow.
Yeah. I went to a Byron Katie conference, not knowing what to expect. Somebody said Byron Katie, and I happened to be in Portland that weekend, and I happened to go, and my life changed. But she made me realize I have to love what is, and I had a very difficult friend. And I ultimately decided that friend is doing herself perfectly. She's totally herself. She's nailed it, man. But ultimately I decided that's not what I want in my life, even though I can love who she is, but it has to be at a distance.
Unabashedly, and that's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't filling me up at all.
Right. That's the other thing I'm starting to transition into is, I've never really placed a whole lot of value on cash and money. I think it's silly that of all the advanced species and the most advanced and intelligent in all of human history and all species on the planet, we're the only motherfuckers paying to be born here. And it's ridiculous. That's not what we're designed to be. So from the get, we're already conforming to what we're not. So we abandon self from a young age. It's no wonder we're all lost.
You had commented on a Facebook post about my paradox. My haradox is about the 5-year-old that is alive and well inside me, stomping her feet, pouting, sad, hey, notice me, pick me. And the very reserved 57-year-old who is sure she's worthy of love and loves herself. There's a big battle, though. Yeah. The 5-year-old's loud.
Oh, of course.
And so I actually did download the book you suggested, but it was a little more technical than I had hoped, or at least it started out that way. I didn't get very far.
Well, and it's exercise heavy. The book in question is Recovering Your Inner Child.
I wanted you instead to give me Cliff Notes.
Oh, you said this is like 20 minutes. Good luck.
Oh, well, give me an idea of what the book has you do.
Quick rundown is it has you do different exercises in a myriad of ways, most of which are creative, by the way, in order to put ourselves in a headspace where our inner child can emerge. And in most cases, well, hell, I'm even finding myself reparenting my own children in the way that I'm capable of now.
Right.
Not to make up for, but to continue their own evolution in a more positive and guided and loving, nurturing path. And supporting them in their journey, regardless of what their journey is.
Right.
And my inner child work, inner child exploration, it's not work. It's less than 2 months old. Some of these things that they have you do is you write with your dominant hand in whatever fashion you deem fit, a question of your inner child. And you answer it in your left hand with a larger marker or whatever, because we don't have the tactile dexterity in our offhand. Most of us don't. So you use bigger things and the letters they look childish. They look childlike. You have to, first off, stop that old parent or the old parent or the voice that you associate with the criticism and the desire to take it over and just write it yourself with the other hand. You've got to struggle through that with your offhand. You find that people become much more succinct. They use bold words that convey the message without having to do as much work. And sometimes it's just chicken scrawls and it looks like an absolute child wrote it. But in doing that, it's putting you back into that infantile position. be brave enough to try something new. That's in all things, but even in this, because when you're trying something new, you do devolve to that, oh, I'm just starting out stage. We all suck when we start.
Yeah.
It's only through repetition. You start asking and answering questions, and you quickly find yourself in the mind space where you're almost transported into those moments that really caused emotional pain within you as a child.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened, the reception that you got from those people that you trusted with everything, that loved with everything, because you're the innocence of a child and don't know any better. And we all give up senses of self and conform and learn that love is conditional. So we jump through those hoops at work, at home, and everything else to be accepted for as long as we can tolerate it. Or we find a way to cope and get it kicked down the road in the next day, whether that's drugs or sex or gambling or everything, shopping, all the things.
Yeah.
Hell, even working out can be counterproductive if you're consumed by it. So there's good and bad coping mechanisms. Whatever works for you is what you're going to revert to until you make an actual conscious decision to move off of that spot in a different direction. And it has to be conscious, because once you recognize it at one point and decide to change it, you need to be very diligent and consistent with paying attention to you. And as you recognize yourself doing those things, have a deliberate internal conversation to reframe, re-guide, redirect. And then consistency over time becomes habitual. And pretty soon you actually start to believe it and think it and feel it. And
yeah, I know that's true.
yes.
I started talking to myself as if I was talking to my daughter, somebody I just adored and loved and couldn't do no wrong. And then at first it was funny, and then now it's just normal conversation in my head. You know, good try.
Just identifying those times that you were hurt and didn't receive the emotional support that you should have as a child, how you can now, in a time of meditation or connection, quiet, peace, connect with that little chick inside of you. And for me, acknowledge it, steep in that emotion, recognize it, feel it, commit it to memory,
mm-hmm.
and accept it, accepting it in yourself, but then also talking to yourself with the same kindness, loving, nurturing tone that you would use with a neighbor's 5-year-old child.
Well, having a daughter makes me know what it would sound like. You can't look wrong. You can't act wrong. I love you. And then if I can show myself that grace, so that really helps, I think, when you have a child, because you can see what that kind of love looks like.
Unless by the time you have a child, you're so emotionally unavailable, you're not even able to see it right in front of you because you're confused with all the busy work.
Well, I didn't see it as when they were young, definitely.
But you've evolved into
definitely
having that perspective.
I've always struggled with having to reparent or parent little Hara. The word parent, like you're saying, our parents messed up. They did the best they could, but we were needy and wanty. And then we also didn't parent well because we either weren't there or able to. Parenting seems like too big. It's not ever accomplishable. Our parents screwed up. We screwed up. Right. Everybody needs to have this work because nobody's getting what they need.
Right.
So parent, that word doesn't work for me. I don't want to live up to that.
Right. So just redefine it. Well, don't define it. That's even better, because anytime you define anything, you limit it.
Yeah, no, that's really good. I am in touch with little Hara. I'm well aware of her.
I know mine shouts out when something's not right. And I know I have to temper that as the adult. Mm-hmm. I have to temper that response. But I can still convey the same message with kindness, compassion, courtesy, decency, respect, and love for my fellow human, while also honoring and being true and giving a voice to that little dude in me that really never stood up and had a voice of his own. And again, consistency over time. I'm infantile in this journey, but oh my God, the impact it's already had in every other avenue and perception and the way that I experience this world that I'm traveling through. It's really friggin' amazingly beautiful just how much control we have over our own landscape. every single one of your guests that I've listened to, I can relate to on so many levels, even though every single one of us walked an entirely different path with entirely different traumas and experiences and goods and bads and highs and lows. But along this self-discovery, we're all discovering the same things, the same revelations within ourselves. It supports my theory, not only that we're all one, but we are literally all the same. We're just a different set of data inputs over a different timetable.
Right. If we're all one, what does that mean to you?
In order to make an example, I'm going to use an example that some people may find offensive for me to say or suggest. But I'm not a religious dude. I'm exceedingly and growing more so spiritual. You name it, you claim it, it's yours, but it's not, it's everybody's. So let's just agree that there's something bigger ahead for all of us. And those that don't think that, you don't have to think that. That's so cool. But for me, to just use a real world example, if you go to the Bible, God, the creator, the universe, the matrix, the quantum, the whatever, the all, the omna, or the omega, all the things, sent his only begotten son to experience this thing in this meat sack. What if we're all Jesus, man? What if we're all from the origination? We're all the same. We're all one. As we heal ourselves, we're then able to see the beauty in everybody and everything around us. It's only through love that we're healing ourselves and the whole. And love's the only thing that's going to answer that, man. It's got to start inside, though.
I 100% agree with you. I'm just sad that we're so mean to each other. I'm disappointed in how we're all middle school bullies at the moment.
Unplug. The only difference that I can make are with the people that are in front of me right now.
For real.
Not the ones that I left in my rear view or left me. Maybe the ones that I run into. People don't need more hate, man. Everybody's got their own pile of shit that we're wading through. I don't want my stuff on my plate bleeding over to your plate. I want my legacy to be keeping Kent shit on Kent plate.
Yeah.
And uplifting and inspiring and being an example to other people to maybe inspire them to make significant changes in their life so maybe they can become more loving of themselves and then the people around them. It's a ripple effect. I've lived in a big city. They're stacked so deep, cordwood. People lose their humanity to each other because if I care about one, I got to care about them all. And I ain't got time for that. So they just stop caring entirely. No, slow down, connection, experience, support, love, growth. And just love your journey, follow your excitement, whatever that is. As many times as you have to start over until you land on the one that is all fulfilling and continue. I posted something this morning, one life. That's it, one. Why aren't we all running like hell toward those dreams like we're on fire?
It's so funny that we don't.
But we have a lifetime of other people's opinion and criteria of what right looks like. So then we put these limiting beliefs in our head. And every time we're drawn to do something, we logic the shit out of it and quell ourselves. And we again, still pushing self down, suppressing self to make other people comfortable or to be accepted. Do the thing that you love unabashedly, wholeheartedly. Your people will be there cheering like a motherfucker.
What's your dream?
At this point, just continue this inspiring journey of self-discovery in efforts to hopefully someday realize the man that I was intended to be before I got in my own way.
Your dream is to know yourself more, to become the person you assume you're intended to be.
My life's goal is to live the absolute best life that I am capable of realizing starting so late in the game. And that to me isn't tied to money. It's tied to being literally the best version of myself, whatever that takes. And I know my journey is going to have positive secondary and tertiary and even further effects on the people that I come into contact with. I know that because I'm just starting my journey relatively 4 years ago in earnest. A decade before that, a therapy weekly, and I did all the work and I was there, but I didn't make near the progress I did when I lifted the veil of alcohol and what it had on my life. Being able to feel is necessary to move forward.
I think I was 45-ish when I started doing the work. I was just a tumbleweed. I didn't even really realize I was in charge. I don't know who I thought was, but, I didn't feel responsible for my choices.
I was so jaded and miserable in my existence that there was a long period of time I didn't have any compassion around me. I knew the right things. I knew, oh, that's sad, right? I could acknowledge it, but I didn't really feel compassion and empathy toward others. And at the beginning of this journey, after I defined that we're all the same and we're all doing the best we can with the information and life's experience that we have in the moment, and I started figuring that everybody around me is 98% not responsible for who they are, how they're programmed, because all that programming came from every interaction they had leading up to that moment and how they've adapted and abandoned self in order to exist where they are now. We all have power over every single choice we make every single day. So when something's not going right, take a pause, think about it. Am I just doing this because, damn, this is the same store that I've bought the same pint from the same job on the same drive home for the same last 5 friggin' years? That's why I'm doing it? Or is it because this benefits me? Does this serve me in a positive way? And if it doesn't, I've been eradicating those things that are not beneficial to me and people. Those are the loudest. And it hurts to let them go sometimes, but you have to let them go so you can continue to love them and yourself simultaneously. Circles get small quick. Yeah.
I'm not the same person I was maybe this morning when I had an idea of who I was, and it could have evolved since then.
The brain is an amazing thing. It's going to believe absolutely everything you tell it. If you feed it trash, shit, negativity, all of the chaos and things, that's where it's going to exist. Have you read Joe Dispenza? The energy you're existing in and you're putting out with your emotion, that's exactly what the universe is going to give you. So if you're wallowing in your misery, the universe or God or Matrix, whatever you want to call it, is going to hand deliver you like you ordered it off of Amazon, everything that you're existing in to reinforce that, hey, this is what you want. Here you go. It's only through deliberate choice and action that you can move yourself off that spot. And when you start getting rid of those net negatives in your life, you make room for all the positives that's to follow. The way I talk to myself, the way I talk to other people, the way I treat myself, the way I treat other people. Nobody could love me because I wasn't loving myself. Now that I'm starting to love myself, people are having to earn their way in. And it's a completely different concept, foreign to me.
Well, I don't think loving yourself is arrogance. It is in service to others for you to be a light.
Well, because not only are you being the best version of yourself for you so you can have the best experience, but anybody that you care about is going to get a better version of you and it's going to enhance their own experience. You owe it to yourself and anybody that you care about to spend some time really knowing you. I really think that we are here to experience everything there is to experience, learn and grow from it, but ultimately maintain our humanity, love, nurture, and care for each other, support each other, elevate, encourage each other. Man, don't tear each other down. The only people that tear people down are the people that are so damaged. And don't get locked up thinking you can fix them. I know I was 30 years in a bottle. I mean, $1,200 a month, easy in liquor, easy. And man, I knew it 20 years ago. I shouldn't be drinking this much. Anybody that told me, it's like, yeah, no shit. No, fuck off so I can go get another drink or go hide one, sneak one. I knew it at the time, but it didn't hurt enough. I think the further away you get from our purpose in life, the more painful it gets. All the things, and we just keep plunging ahead because we think we know what we're doing. We don't. We're so lost. It's when we return to being in alignment with our higher self, does life become innately easy. Everything just falls into place. It's so incredible, the opportunities and things that have just happened. The people that I've met through you. Fucking beautiful people, bright spirits, these lights that just inspire a room when they walk in. And they don't know it. You don't know it. You do it every day to everybody that you come in contact with, man. Just keep being the best you. Don't seek approval. Give yourself permission because it's our own self-limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs Oh, I can't do that because of 20 justifications of why. No, you can do it. If you want to do it, do it. And it's okay. You're living your life. And I'm so struggling with that right now, but I'm doing it too.
I think that is the struggle. I can't imagine not being on my deathbed, not having the 5-year-old and the, whatever age I am.
All of it's still going,
but that's kind of sad. But also I think it's good that I'm aware of her and love her, and I'm thereing her all the time. And I'm just hyper aware of her.
Make sure you take time for you to breathe too.
One of the things you said that I really like that I want to maybe bring in a circle is you were saying, as long as you your higher self, but also your younger self. And then there's you. I like that there's the part of you that knows everything, that has the answers to all your problems. And then there's this little inside you that needs you so much. And then there's you just trying to figure it all out. So there's 3 of us.
And in our conscious time, wherever we spend that, we can affect how we see, how we feel, our relation with each of those things. And when we bring them all into alignment with one another, that's when I think people shine the brightest.
Do you know what you want your legacy to be?
Hopefully sometime between now and the day that happens, anybody that I meet from now on, at least when they hear, I want them to at least have a positive memory that they can draw upon that in some way benefited them. Like I said, I want to be a net positive to every interaction. I know I can't be that 100% of the time, infallibly. I have to allow myself the grace to, stumble along the way because I'm a tripping motherfucker. But leave a positive impact in my wake, whatever that looks like. I'm not trying to define it. I'm not tied to an outcome. If I can continue this evolutionary journey, spiritually, emotionally, physically, in every way, mentally, then I'm going to be so full by the end. I'll be perfect with everything that happened before. I'm still struggling with some of that today too. I think we all are, but onward, upward.
Thanks for listening. New episodes drop every Thursday.